Hello, everyone, and welcome to our last session, XOAP live session this year, number 17. Once again, after a short break with our CTO, Sinisha. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Um, yeah, as usual, this session will be recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel at XOAP_IO. And of course, if you have any question, drop it in the right corner in the chat or questions area, and we will cover it as soon as you have something. What we are talking about today in our last session is we have some new blog articles online, everything extracted from our masterclass and based on topics around infrastructure as code, configuration as code, and also a new pretty interesting blog article regarding shadow IT and how it changed the behavior of delivering IT infrastructure on different cloud platforms and access through different business units and or dedicated IT departments. So check it out, go to our website and check out our blog. Um, Also, we will deliver the newest versions of the Citrix virtual apps and desktop packages 24/11, which will be soon available and accessible through our repositories. But we will inform you, of course, across our social media channels. So ring the bell and follow us over there. But back to business. Today we will do a short recap for the year 2024, give you a roadmap for 2025, and we have a small Christmas gift for you watching this video. But let's go back to the recap. I will hand over to you, Sinisha. What have we achieved in the past half year? Maybe we can start over here.
A short recap. That's good. Okay. Maybe let's go into the app and see what we have there. Thank you very much. So, for a short recap, what did we do this year? So, I will briefly go into the different topics because there are a lot. So, we started with connections. So, we implemented additional connections to Google Cloud, AWS, additional things like assume role stuff that we added here. We added a new way of providing the information with new detailed pages everywhere. So basically, that's something that's also available in the other areas that we implemented. We added a central parameter location and moved them away from configuration management, for example. We implemented a new resources area centrally, where we also implemented over the year the versioning capabilities that can be used in image management and platform management for to have like a change history and specified versions that you can assign to different kind of resources. We added schedules, so you can schedule different kind of image creation processes or scripted actions that run hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you need. We also implemented a central tax area and added the tag capabilities to almost all data tables that we have to have like a better overview, for example, for specific use cases, like maybe you have different customers, different departments, or whatever, where you can assign tags.
Solutions, stacks, use cases, whatever we can imagine. Yeah.
Yes, then if we go into image management, we implemented a lot of different and additional provisioner options. So, for example, if you look at the PowerShell command or the PowerShell script, so a lot more options than before. For all those capabilities, we also added all marketplace images for Azure, AWS, and Google. So you can access hundreds of thousands of different operating systems through all available data center regions from those big three cloud providers. We also added a lot more capabilities when it comes to, for example, building images. So you see there's ton of different options that we implemented here as well for Azure, AWS. Google is coming shortly, so we are in the last steps of implementing this as well. This will be available in the next weeks, I think. So a lot of things that we implemented here as well for the image creation. Then we implemented a new module called platform management, and the first part of it is scripted actions. So you can run different kind of scripts, so PowerShell scripts with Azure PowerShell, Azure CLI, AWS CLI, AWS PowerShell, Google PowerShell, and Google CLI here currently against the three different cloud providers. As I said, also you can use schedules side by side with those things. A lot of details you have here as well. We added also an overview of the parameters that are here used, the connections where those scripted actions are running against, and there can be multiple. So also a big thing that we've done here throughout the year. And if you go to the next topic, so the next module, we implemented, for example, a module details overview. So you now see exactly the change logs of the versions, what it's all about, to get more information about that. We also adjusted a little bit the usage of configurations when you use the config wizard. Hopefully I find now a good example. So for example, we ordered here a little bit better which resources come from which version of a specific module, for example, to make the life easier. We also implemented on the node level, if I jump to the next topic, the node compliance history. So you can click here, see for the last 40 days in the standard setting, was your node compliant? Was there a change? What happened? You can also dig deeper into the things and check which resources were applied. And if there's an error, you can also access the logs for this specific type of error to make troubleshooting easier. And a lot more things like general usage enhancements, like the new advanced filter that we have on all data tables. So can you build your filters depending on your needs, especially when you have larger data sets, and a lot of other performance enhancements in the backend that I now don't want to go into deep in this call here, but that's just a rough overview of the most important things I think we've done. And Mario, if you find something that I forgot, it could be because it's a lot. Just give me a hint.
I think that's amazing. Yeah, that's a short recap, really a short recap. And there are a lot of different things, especially also with these solutions roundabout security, compliance, templates, best practices, and so on, which are all available over here. But yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for the recap.
Yeah, the modules that we built for sure. Didn't mention them. Some are here in this account. I can't find them now in the first step. But if you go to GitHub, we can see that there are also a lot of things that are happening there.
And that's a good point. Go to GitHub, yeah, and check out all the free available scripts over here. You can download it, you can use it, you can test it, you can play around, you can whatever. But please give us a star for our repository. That would be really nice. And we will share everything what we create as a new module, as scripts, and so on in our Git repository, so you can combine it with SOAP or run it totally independent in our community environment.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Now that's a recap. Yeah, what's coming up 2025?
I hope a lot of things. So maybe jump quickly into the dev environment, and that's why it's white, so I can differentiate the different things. Maybe some smaller enhancement before we go into the bigger changes. So what we've done so far that will be available by the beginning of January. We now have in the workflow of creating a scripted action also the step that you can add a schedule directly and define one here as the last step. That is one thing that we did for the enhancement. And one other thing, let me check one of the applications here. One other thing that we are adding is now a details view on the applications. So for example, in the applications overview, you now have the chance to go into the details of an application, see how many times it was installed, successful and failed installations. You can see that here all the time as well. You can also see which application parameters are set for this application, not the values, because they are group specific. So you just see here which parameters this package has. You can see in which groups and roles this package is assigned, have a look at it, and also edit the parameters if you like, specific for this group. And you can also dig into the installation details. So exit code 0 is successful, that's fine. But if there would be an error, you would also have the chance to look into the slide out and then get the information right out of the installation log for this package here as well. I think that's a cool enhancement for application management here. And that's just the first step that we are currently doing to make application management better than it is currently, and enhance it with a lot of different additional functionalities. And if we now look at the larger side of 2025, so we have two main topics that we are currently working on. One you can see here, Azure Virtual Desktop Management for the platform module. So managing from scratch your Azure Virtual Desktop environment. So you will be able to create everything you need here from a central overview, but also like manage then the session hosts in detail and go into the details of the different things that we have here with all the information you get out of it. And the other very important topic for us is the ConnectXO agent. We will have a new inventory area here above for specifically this agent. And this will give us a chance to support on-premises environments. So we will have vSphere, Nutanix, Hyper-V, Proxmox support for creating images on on-premises environments, especially also secure environments that don't have a direct communication into internet and stuff like that. So it will be a component that you can install in your IT location and then connect it with our backend. And for this reason, we also implemented an additional feature called API keys, which is currently also in preview as a preparation for that. So you can use API keys, register those agents. They will then be manageable here. And side by side with running image management workloads on premises, it will also give us additional features like running specific scripts against nodes that are registered, that where we don't need image management, for example, to be created on an hypervisor. But we will also enhance then in the next steps the platform management module to also give our customers the chance to, for example, run vSphere CLI specific things, so you can then manage also your existing hypervisors on-prem through a centrally available front end to enable like those hybrid environment management capabilities.
Cool, very cool. And what I forgot, everything what you showed over here, what we have done for the recap part, we optimized the entire onboarding process. So you will get this, what Sinisha is showing right now, within at least 3 clicks. From you are going to a website to creating your account, then your SOAP application will be immediately there. You have access to all applications we are delivering in this account, to all configuration best practices and modules, and to everything else what you can see over here. So that's an amazing improvement. And if you have not yet, you should create an account and check it out, definitely. Cool. Sinisha, thank you for all the insights and also for the roadmap for the next year. And I know one small thing which is also coming is a little bit of design change for the application, which is also pretty nice. We are looking for from the dark and white theme and some improvements in the UI UX experience. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. But thank you for everything. Yeah, a great job to the entire team. Dear community, we invite you all to our free sessions every Friday from next year, where I will take over, Sinisha, if it's okay for you. Where we will have a Friday session every Friday at 12, getting started with XOAP, your first steps. So you can join this session every Friday, and we will guide you through your first steps with XOAP, support you creating your account, connect the system, create a connection, whatever you need in the getting started, we will support you. That's a free session. Join it. You can check it out on our website, xoap.io/events. And also check out our blog post, as I mentioned before, everything about infrastructure as code, configuration as code, and brand new Shadow IT. As a small gift, yeah, we said there's something for Christmas. Yeah, we will extend the free plan, free function limitation, and register right now. Check it out and use everything what we deliver in this universe of automation in our free plan. Play around, give us feedback, join us in the community, follow us on our channels. We wish you a very nice holiday, Christmas time, and of course, who is not joining the holiday in the next days, a successful week. Thank you all for watching our product update session.
Can
Thank
I
you,
have
Sinisha,
one
for the
last
great year.
question?
Yes, you can, of course.
So if you're making presents, where is your Christmas hat?
Yeah, that's a nice topic. My children have claimed these for themselves, so unfortunately, I can't use them today. But
Okay.
you can have a look on the picture; it looks really nice. So I think that's enough for today.
What a pity. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.